I'm back. This time, oh fuck. I'm back. This time with lubrication for the throat because talking kind of dries out your throat, as it turns out. Um, anyway, it's been 30 minutes since I uploaded the first video. So far, one view, and that's me. So honestly, I'm glad. Like nobody, nobody in the whole wide world should be seeing this shit, right? Um, the topic, right? So the topic is gonna be weed, and I have some experience with weed, like a little bit. I've been a weed addict for like 8 years. Um, so I started when I was like I smoked my first joint when I was 15 in Spain, and it was fun. Back then, it was still just fun, and I think between the first and second time that I smoked weed, it was like 6 months, right? Um, as I've said before, I used to be in youth group, so a lot of people there smoke weed on the daily, and your boy, me, I became one of them pretty quick. And the problem with weed is, well, there are multiple problems. The first problem is that everything that's easier with weed at some point becomes impossible without weed. Like, you got the munchies? Cool. I cannot eat without smoking weed anymore. Um, I gotta say, this has changed. I've been quitting weed for 3 weeks, which is admittedly not a long time, but my goal is to keep this up for at least 3 months and then go back to smoking one joint a week, because I used to smoke like when I woke up, when I got back from school, when I had nothing to do, when I was with friends, when I used to go out in the city. I used to smoke at every opportunity that I get. At some point, I stopped smoking weed before school because I wanted to have academic prestations. I don't know. I wanted. The fuck is the word? I wanted to do well academically. So this didn't work out because I smoked weed when I got out of school. Like the second I got out of school, like walking back to the train station, sparking went up. Sparking went up with the boys was fun. Don't regret the fun that I had. Do regret smoking that much weed in my life, because I've been a weed addict for a little bit shy of 1/3 of my life, and this has been the later 1/3 of my life, like the last 1/3 of my life. And maybe to say I'm 22. My math doesn't check out. I've been addicted to weed for 6 years. Uh, yikes. Anyway, so the first problem was everything that's easier with weed is harder without. Eating, haven't felt hungry without smoking weed, like for the longest time, right? Because also, this is something I notice I do. I say right a lot, and the thing is, I've had this complaint before that saying right after everything is like I'm seeking approval, and yes, I am, but it's not like you can't disagree with me. Like, please disagree. Like, just leave a comment for if anyone is seeing this. If at some point I'm speaking total cap because I'm very good at pulling conclusions out of my asshole. If at some point I say right, it's more like I just want to know if I'm right, because I don't know. So just leave a comment saying, oh, this moment 410 not right because this and this and this. Okay, cool. Like, I've learned something. I can have some sense of progression in my life. Like, I've learned something new. I've changed a thought that I had that was just not right. Right. So please correct me if I'm wrong. Always do. Always just correct me if I'm wrong. I can handle it. So everything that's easier with weed is harder without. Right. Sleeping. Couldn't fall asleep without weed because I just kept thinking. I would keep myself up thinking about all of my past mistakes, all of the times that I fell short in things, all of the times that I just didn't do the right thing. Like the small stuff, like, oh, I said this fact to someone and I am realizing now that it's not right. Or, damn, I said this to someone with the intention to hurt them in a way, to upset them, even if I had some good intentions after, would just fall flat on its face because, well, I've upset someone, right? Like, for an example, I would say to someone, well, you're a bit of an alcoholic, and, well, my intention are to let you see that maybe it's time to start drinking like a little bit less. It's just not fun to tell someone or to hear from someone that you're an alcoholic because, well, we're young and your 20s is the best time to be an alcoholic for sure. If you're gonna do that 30, well, probably not the best idea, right? So, eating. You get the munchies? Food tastes great. Delicious. Love it. I am not smoking weed. Every fucking thing just looks terrible to me. I do not want to eat this shit. And this is entirely different thing, right? Because a lot of people these days just eat while watching YouTube. And you're just not gonna be like mentally conscious of the food you're eating. So just eat fucking the nastiest, healthiest fucking superfood out there, bro. It's just like throw on some fucking Walking Dead, Breaking Bad, I don't give a fuck shit, and eat your broccoli, because it's not gonna matter, dude. Eating pizza, yeah, so love it, great. I will eat this pizza in like 20 minutes, finish the rest of my episode, and wonder where the fuck my pizza went, and well, just cut that fucking out. Yes, I smoke. Just eat your broccoli and just don't think about it. Perfect. It works so well. I am not practicing what I preach, by the way, because I ate pizza last night and the night before that, and I had this problem where I thought, where the fuck did my pizza go? So tonight I'm gonna eat. No, I'm not, because I'm hanging out with this friend like that I told you guys about in the previous video. Tomorrow I will eat broccoli and hate it and just watch my fucking Loki or any show that's not Marvel slop that I should and could watch. Another problem with weed, that weed is like very good for people stuck in a situation that they can't get out of. Like, for the longest time I would rely on weed to deal with the fact that I was unhappy about my direction in school. I'm happy with my relationship, and everything I would just like push it away. And the magic solution to it was weed, because weed just kind of it just everything in this nice green cloud, literally. Like, this thought sucks, and it's gone, right? And at some point it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work anymore. That's the worst part. If you smoke enough weed, it you're just gonna be stuck in like these loops of anxiety. And the only way to break through is quitting weed. Well, this is by no way guarantee, by the way. Stop smoking weed and make changes in your life, because it's so hard to change anything about your life when you smoke weed. Like, I've been diagnosed with ADD, so doing things for the first time is just like hard in general for me. Or so I've heard that is a thing with ADD, and well, I struggle with doing things for the first time. So stop smoking weed and start making habits. Make a habit of, like, I don't know, the most random shit. Like, okay, on Monday I will do the dishes, or on Tuesday I will fucking do my laundry, or every Wednesday I will eat healthy. Like, these little things, they will help out so much, because with ADD, the part that creates habits and sustains habits still works like any normal person, right? So abuse this mechanic if you have ADD. Habits. Once again, no guarantee that this will work, but in my case, I think it works. I think it works. Another thing about weed, and I gotta come up with something like real quick before I can say something, because you have to think of something before saying things. Well, it's that's not entirely true, and this channel is kind of a prime example, because I am not doing scripts. Obviously, I am just yapping and continuing it for a very long time. It's been 11 minutes and I haven't said anything of value yet. So I'm gonna lubricate real quick and say something useful if I come up with it. Otherwise, it's just gonna be semi-intellectual yapping, which I profoundly enjoy. I don't know if profoundly is the right adjective. I don't know if adjective is the right word. I need a script for these kind of things. I need a script so bad, guys. But I kind of like the fact that this is unscripted and I am just yapping. I've used this word for like 3 videos in a row, I think, and I've overused it a little bit, but we continue on. Like I said, weed is perfect for people who are in a situation that they can't change, right? Before build, well, start speaking Dutch all of a sudden. For example, Corona, lockdown. There was shit all to do. I dropped out of school. Not the brightest idea, but I dropped out, and there was no work to have because everything was closed down. I didn't have shit to do, and I was getting kind of bored and depressed. So I smoked weed every day, and I had a great time. And sometimes I still miss the lockdown. As crazy as it may sound, I know it doesn't sound that crazy. I know tons of people just want to go back to fucking existing instead of suffering. So another example: if you're dying and you have no family or whatsoever, I think if you're dying, it's like the right time to make some amends, right? Talk to the people you have wronged and try to set things right, or at least apologize to them so you can die with a smile on your face. You know, that's the goal, dying with a smile on your face. Anyway, if that's not possible, you've ruined every chance you had. You made, like, nobody's there for you. You're dying, you're facing your own mortality, and you're kind of wishing you were dead already. Smoke some weed, man. Like, this is the time to get addicted to weed. This is the best moment to get addicted to weed. So here's the problem, right? I was kind of stuck in thinking that I was in a situation that I couldn't change. Like I said before, I was unhappy with my direction in school. I was unhappy with my relationship. I was unhappy with where I lived. I was unhappy about almost every aspect of my life except for my friends. Love my friends. If you're watching this and you're my friend, stop watching. That's what friends do. So anyway, here's the thing. And I'm gonna make direct eye contact for a second. And I'm gonna get this laptop right up in my face. Are you sure? Are you fucking sure that you can change it? Because change is oftentimes so fucking possible, and it's scary. It's scary as fuck. Like ADD, depression. Like I got all that stuff, right? I know it. The change is fucking rough. Like even just looking at yourself in the mirror and thinking, oh fuck, I should change things about this guy. and I have the power to change things about this guy. I shouldn't change the people around me. I should change this fucking fucker, right? It's tough. It's hard. It's bad. It sucks. But you can't just smoke weed and continue suffering, because in the end you will just realize that there are no outs anymore, and the anxiety kicks in. The anxiety takes over completely. At least in my case. Like I've heard psychologists say before that long-term weed usage could result in anxiety disorders, which I think is true. Right? Leave a comment if it's wrong. Anyway, who could have guessed that I could yap for 60 minutes about nothing with just the thought, oh, I should talk about weed and my experiences with it. Because the thing with weed is, weed makes things fun. That's the goal. It gives you a little bit of a dopamine boost, if I understand it correctly, and well, that's fun, and that's great, and that's fun. And at some point, like, here's this thing, like, that Dr. K, the healthy gamer, which I enjoy thoroughly, talks about a lot, which is... talks about a lot. No, he talked about it in one specific video, but he was talking about the lemon. There's a little lemon inside of your head, and something fun happens. Squeeze it, a little bit of lemonade, love it, right? And what weed does makes the squeeze harder. So fun things become more fun. Well, I think like that's amazing, right? Who wouldn't want fun things to be more fun? But at some point, you squeeze this lemon every day because you smoke weed every day, and this lemon becomes like a little fucking lemon peel filled with nothing. And you start squeezing it, and you start smoking more weed, and you squeeze it more and more, and nothing comes out. Maybe like a few drops a day, and you become kind of a zombie, right? And the thing is, if nothing is fun, that you'd think nothing is really bad either, and you kind of numb down, which for a long time was what I experienced. Like, bad things wouldn't really get to me, and I think that was the moment in my life where I was most stress resistant, because, well, life is meaningless at that point. Who cares that shit's bad if you don't feel bad? But you still make the realization that it's bad. And I'm gonna say it again, because I don't know what else to say. Make changes. Make changes in your life. Because things... Fuck, I'm gonna sound like every therapist you and me have ever been to, but... it can get better, and it will get better. Surprise, right? Yeah, that's about it. It can get better. And it do get better. And it will get better. Surprise.